15 doctors tried, 15 doctors failed, but the invisible genius nobody respected stepped forward. And his discovery didn't just save a life, it exposed a murder attempt. The alarm screamed through the VIP wing of Chicago Mercy Hospital, drowning the steady rhythm of machines that had once kept America's powerful billionaire alive. On the bed, Jonathan Steele, a man worth billions, shook violently as his breath grew shallow. His skin had turned ghostly pale, his pupils wide with terror. Inside the room, Dr. Edward Collins, one of the country's most decorated physicians, shouted commands. Around him stood 14 of America's top doctors, men and women flown in from across the nation to save Jonathan Steele. Yet every drug, every treatment, every desperate attempt had failed. In the corridor, almost invisible, a boy pushed a mop bucket. Ethan Carter, just 14 years old, was the son of a hospital janitor. His sneakers were torn, his shirt faded, but his eyes, sharp, restless, observant, were fixed on the monitor flashing through the doorway. Ethan's mother, Rosa Carter, hissed at him, "Stop staring, we're here to clean, not to interfere." But Ethan couldn't turn away. He had memorized every symptom, every failed treatment, and inside his mind, pieces connected into a terrifying pattern. The doctors believed Steele had a neurological disease. Ethan knew they were wrong. "They're killing him," Ethan whispered under his breath, "and they don't even see it." In a glass-walled conference room nearby, frustration boiled. Dr. Collins slammed his fist against the table. "We've tried antivirals, antibiotics, even cutting-edge therapies. Nothing works." Another expert muttered, "Maybe it's a rare syndrome from overseas." Hidden near the air vent, Ethan shook his head. He had read abandoned textbooks, stolen moments in the hospital library, even autopsy reports tossed away. He remembered a case 3 years ago, Daniel Harris, a patient who had displayed the same tremors, confusion, and seizures. Doctors had been clueless then too, until the autopsy revealed the truth. Mercury poisoning. Now, Jonathan Steele was showing the exact same signs. Ethan's heart pounded. If they keep this up, he won't last 12 hours. Summoning courage, Ethan stepped in front of Dr. Collins, outside Steele's room. "Doctor," he said firmly, "you need to test for mercury poisoning." The hallway froze. Nurses, residents, even security turned toward the boy. Collins sneered. "Excuse me? You're the janitor's son. Don't pretend to be a doctor." Ethan didn't flinch. Progressive tremors, dilated pupils, violent seizures, identical to Daniel Harris 2020. The autopsy showed mercury poisoning. Collins's smirk vanished for a split second, then returned colder. "Get him out of my sight." Rosa grabbed Ethan's arm in humiliation as guards stepped forward. But before they could drag him away, Jonathan Steele's monitor exploded into a deafening alarm. His body convulsed harder, his vitals crashing. Chaos engulfed the room. Ethan whispered to his mother, "If they don't act now, he's gone." That night, in the silence of the medical library, a voice broke the stillness. "You really believe it's mercury, don't you?" It was Dr. Claire Morgan, a young resident. Unlike the others, she wasn't laughing at him. Ethan pushed a toxicology book toward her. "Every symptom matches. And look at this. If the mercury isn't environmental, it must be deliberate. Someone is poisoning him." Claire's eyes widened. "That means attempted murder." "Exactly," Ethan whispered. "And I think it's coming from something he uses every day." The next day, Ethan sneaked into Steele's room during a shift change. His eyes scanned the billionaire's belongings. Luxury aftershave, imported toothpaste, prescribed painkillers. Then he froze. The toothpaste shimmered with a faint silver sheen. Ethan scraped the sample into a vial. Suddenly, a sharp voice thundered behind him. "What do you think you're doing?" Dr. Collins stood at the doorway, security guards at his side. "Collecting evidence," Ethan said calmly. Collins laughed bitterly. "This is a hospital, not a crime show." Before security could seize him, Claire stepped forward. "Wait, let him test it. We've tried everything else." Ethan held out the vial. "If I'm wrong, throw me out forever. But if I'm right, you'll have to admit a boy saw what 15 doctors missed." Collins hesitated. The boy's confidence was unsettling. 2 agonizing hours later, Collins returned, pale and shaken. The lab confirmed it. Lethal levels of organic mercury in the toothpaste. The entire staff fell into stunned silence. 15 doctors, world-renowned, had failed. A 14-year-old boy had solved the mystery. "Start treatment immediately," Ethan said firmly. "Dimercaprol, 50 milligrams per pound, every 4 hours." For once, Collins didn't argue. Orders were given, antidotes prepared, and within hours, Jonathan Steele's vitals stabilized. The billionaire who had been inches from death began to recover. But Ethan wasn't celebrating. He leaned toward Claire and whispered, "This wasn't an accident. Someone wanted him dead." Claire's face hardened. And if someone can slip poison into a billionaire's life this easily, they'll try again. Ethan stared out at the Chicago skyline, the city lights flickering like silent witnesses. "Sometimes," he murmured, "being invisible is the greatest power, because when no one sees you, you see everything." This wasn't just a boy saving a billionaire. It was proof that genius can come from the most overlooked places. A poor kid with nothing but curiosity and courage saw what the world's brightest minds could not. And in doing so, he didn't just save a life. He uncovered a crime that could shake the nation. Text on screen with suspense music. Who tried to murder Jonathan Steele? The truth will shock the world.